Okay, and welcome. Today in our training session, we'll be doing for the first half of the session an alignment series. So our joints will be in the best order before we start loading. And then we'll be doing pressing and a series of lunges for upper body, lower body, and core strengthening. To start out, I always like to do a bit of soft tissue work. And so we'll start out with a massage ball, or you can use a tennis ball, lacrosse ball. We're going to work on the pecs first. In our lifestyle, we're often sitting and slouching, and so the pecs shorten and pull the shoulders in. So if you could, best is if you can get a corner in your room or a door frame. And so you can like this, bring the arm around, and then the ball will just move here, massaging out just below the collarbone. Have your head turned away from the ball and angled down. So your head should feel very comfortable. The palm of the hand here should be facing forward. Okay, and then to get more across the pec tendons, if you could bring the arm up, if it's comfortable for you. And now work around here, the head of the humerus, around the front of the shoulder joint. And down by the underarm. Okay, and then we'll switch to the other side. So the head is angled down and just below the collarbone. If you can get right in the corner where the collarbone meets the chest bone, the sternum, and work your way out just below the clavicle, which is the collarbone. Okay, and when you get to the outside, you lift the arm up, if that's comfortable. And the head just comfortably down, angled slightly down. You shouldn't feel tension at the base of the neck in the upper trapezius muscle. All right, and then we're just going to quickly work on the feet in the plantar fascia. Just here gently massaging out the bottom of your arch. And then put pressure, a bit of pressure in the forefoot, in the middle of the forefoot, that's your transverse arch. And then on the outside of the foot, just above the heel, so your lateral arch. Okay, and then we'll switch to the other foot. So just gently massaging, getting circulation into your feet. And then the forefoot, the middle of the forefoot. Okay, and then the outside arch. Okay, and we're going to do one more thing. Now it's the end of winter and spring has on its way, I guess, or is here supposedly, is coming. And so we're going to just release the hamstrings. People have been sitting a lot, so many people have really tight hamstrings. The origin of the hamstrings is right up here, like right at the bottom of the glutes at the top of the leg. The way I like to do this is you'll sit in a chair and the ball goes right here. Okay, sorry for this view, right there. And so you put the ball there. So it's not in the glutes, it's just at the top of the leg. And then you can kind of lean forward a little and move your leg over it. And, most people will find particular points that feel like really intense. So you just hold for a bit. You don't need to move too much, I find. But just hold in wherever it feels a bit sore. And you can spend more time doing this, right? But we have other things we have to do in our training. So now we'll switch to your other leg. So just right at the top of the leg, below the hip. You could lean forward a little, and then you can move the legs like this if you want to, or just lean forward and press down wherever it's really sore. So you get more blood flow. When we sit, it restricts blood flow through your hamstring tendons. And that will contribute to lower back pain and knee pain and other parts, but particularly back, low back. Okay. So next we're going to do a series of exercises on the floor. So when you stand up, just stand up a little straight, take a few steps around. You might sense that helps you release your lower back a little. So on the floor, we're going to, again, continue with some soft tissue work. And then we'll do our alignment series. You'll need a broomstick, a strap for our hamstring stretches, your massage ball, and a foam roller or a rolling pin if you have something like that. And I'm going to now move the camera. I think it's obvious that if your joints aren't aligned very well, if you start loading with anything, with weights or lifting something or carrying your laundry up the stairs or something, and your spine isn't aligned well, that you're more likely to incur some type of injury, which we want to avoid. So that's the objective here of this particular series. Okay, so we're going to just start with using the massage ball in the back of the neck. So the most important part here is in the skull, at the base of the skull. And you might put the ball on top of a book. And I like to hold on to the ball with the hand and just move. You don't need to move your head much, but just lightly turn the head and put pressure down onto the ball. Similar to what we just did with the hamstrings, this will release the suboccipital muscles to help you get your head on straight. Okay, and now switch to the other side, just along the base of the skull, with a little pressure. And you can move a little side to side or just hold as you like. Okay, so now we'll just put the ball behind the head in the back of the skull, actually, like right in the back of your head. Okay, and chin tucked in. Hands on either side of your TMJ joint. Okay, and then open and close your mouth a couple of times. And then open all the way and press the fingers up into, you can feel there's a crease in the joint. And you press up into that crease and hold. Halfway closed and keep pressing. And close all the way, keep the pressure. Okay, and just relax now and open and close the jaw a couple of times. Okay, so now we'll put the ball on the upper trapezius muscle on the left side at the base of the neck. And bring the left arm up, and you can just move the ball a little side to side across the upper traps. Or just put some pressure. Okay, and now we want to move the ball down along the edge of the shoulder blade. So you can move a bit side to side, but if that's awkward, you just hold the ball in different places at the edge of the shoulder blade and go a little further down. So now the levator scapula also is another muscle that lifts the shoulder blade up. And when we're sitting and slouching, the shoulder blades right up our back. It creates a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders. And now a little further down along the edge of the shoulder blade, if you can do that. And you can just hold or move a bit. And now down along the lower edge. Okay, and now we'll switch to the right side. So just at the base of the neck. Right arm up. And then across the top between your neck and shoulder. You can hold it when you find a part that's really dense. You might just press into it and hold. Help to break up the fascia. Or you can massage across. Okay, and then now out to the edge of the shoulder blade. So you can move side to side between the shoulder blade and spine. If that's too awkward, just hold the ball in the places where it's a bit sore. And then a little further down. And down along the lower part of the shoulder blade. Okay, and now we'll work on the glutes. So the left side, if you lift the hip up a bit and put the ball just slightly under, and then put the hip down on top of the ball, and then you can stay comfortably on the floor, but tip the hips up on top of the ball. So the femur is the upper leg bone, and we want to work around the edge of the head of the femur. So if you can see the balls right just at the top of the leg on the outside. We're going to sculpt our glutes here. So you just work your way around the head of the femur. And where it's a bit sore again, you can just hold for a moment. Now we'll turn toward the back beside the tailbone. Okay, so, and then up vertically along the edge of the sacrum. Anything, just rolling out your glutes, whatever feels comfortable for you. More specifically here, the strategy I'm using is to release the attachments, the tendons that attach to the bones. So here, when you work up along the edge of the sacrum, you're helping to release this tension on the sciatic nerve by decompressing your piriformis muscle. Okay, and work up a little higher. So now there's a corner where your sacrum meets the pelvis, the iliac crest. And then from there, we'll work along the edge that it's the iliac crest, the pelvic bone on that lower edge, and you turn toward the outside. So this is the gluteal muscle tendon attachments to your pelvis. And that will allow your glutes to move more freely. And now we'll go toward the outside of the hip, and where you're sore, again, you might just hold. And now more on the outside of the hip. Okay, and now we'll do that on the other side. So the right side, you lift the hip up a little and tip the pelvis down on top of the ball, so you lift the left hip up a bit. And now the femur is the leg bone, and work around the head of the femur, and relaxing the leg. So this is the insertion of the glutes. And then we'll turn toward the tailbone. So now you're more on your back. And then up along the edge of the sacrum. This is the piriformis attachments here. Okay, and then up vertically along the edge of the sacrum till you meet the pelvis again, that corner. And then we'll turn toward the side. So this will be the origin of the glutes. And often here, this right side hip, when you get to the outside, for many people, it gets quite sore. And that's all fine, right? As long as we just you tighten up, release it. If it just gets chronically tight, then the joints will break down. If you keep releasing it and moving it, it'll get stronger, build up your bone density, build up your muscle tone, keep moving well. You want strong tissue, not tissue paper that falls apart. Okay, so from there, we're going to, again, put the ball in the back of the head, in the skull. And now just work on decompressing the neck a little. And decompressing the spine. So here you just gently nod. And notice that your hips and lower back feel more comfortable. Now just take a deep breath. And then nodding. And a deep breath. Okay, and the eyes up and down without moving the head. And a breath. And eyes up and down without moving the head. And a breath. Okay, now we'll put the ball away. So for the hamstrings, we'll use the strap. So first, in the right foot, for this one, we'll keep the knee over the hip and then straighten the leg without overstretching the back of the knee, but keep the knee directly over the hip. It's okay if the knee is bent. And you're gently pulling back, shoulders back to the floor, pressing the foot into the strap. But be sure you don't overstretch the back of your knee. Then take both ends in the left hand, wrap the strap around the back of the calf into the right hand. Keep the leg very stiff. And next we want to rotate your femur and your hip joint, internally and externally rotating your femur. Unwind the strap. So it's in the left foot, right leg is straight. Okay, so first just stretching a bit, shoulders back. Press the foot into the strap. You might feel this in your hamstrings and your calves. If you feel it behind the knee, I would bend the knee a little more. Okay, take the strap in the right hand, wrap around the back of the calf. Keep the leg very stiff as you rotate the femur. Okay, unwind the strap and just stretch a little here. And then next the broomstick. So this is to align the pelvis and the shoulder girdle. So the right leg is knee over hip, and the stick is in the back of the right leg and hamstrings, and pull the left leg, the quads up into the broomstick. So the sacrum, your hips should be centered on the floor, shoulders centered on the floor. And now reverse the legs. So now we're in the hamstrings of the left leg and the quadriceps of the right leg. And the left leg should be the knee over the hip. And then just press the legs into the bar. Much like you would align the wheels on your car, we're aligning our arms and legs. Okay, and broomstick down. Take the arms out like in a Y position, palms face up. You're just opening up the chest and opening up the lines down the arms to your hands, your nerves and your blood flow. Then imagine a big stability ball on your abdomen. If you have one, you can use it, but you want to wrap your arms and legs around the stability ball. And we're going to use our rotational core to stabilize as we rock side to side. And there should be no collapsing or twisting in the waist. Okay, and relaxing again. Okay, now for core stabilization, the arms up to the sky and bend the elbows 90 degrees, legs, knees over hips. Right leg push forward a few inches and hold. Leg back, left leg forward. Now your lower back should have a bit of an arch. It should not be flat to the floor. Left leg back, right leg forward. And as you're shifting your leg position, that lower back arch should be consistent, right leg back. So as you straighten the left leg a little, your lower back shouldn't increase in the arch. Left leg back. Okay, now for spinal rotation, right leg is straight, you turn onto the right side, left leg forward, left hand reach back toward the right foot. If you can't get it, if your leg cramps, just keep the leg splayed. Right hand on the left knee. So left shoulder is back and left knee forward. And keep the left shoulder and left knee the same heights from the floor. Okay, and turn on the back. Left leg is straight, so right leg comes around. Right hand reach back toward the left foot. If you can't get it, just leave the leg back, whatever you can manage. Left hand at the front on the right knee. Okay, so the right shoulder and the right knee should both be the same distances from the floor. Be sure you don't just roll the knee all the way around. That would over-rotate your lower back. Perfect. Okay, now lie on the back and we're going to do a neck strengthening exercise here. So you can have your hands either on your abdomen or under the lower back. The right leg is bent and the left leg straight. Most importantly, you want to lengthen the spine and imagine someone pulling you from the top of your head straight back. Angle your chin down toward the throat. Then if you can do it, you lift the elbows, and if you can keep your chin into the throat, then lift the head. But if your chin leaves and starts going forward, then keep your head on the floor. And relax. Lengthen the spine, chin in, elbows up. Keep the length of the spine as you lift the head and hold. And down. And once more, lengthen, chin in, elbows lift, head lift. Only if you can keep the head in place properly. And rest. Left leg bent, right leg straight. Okay, lengthening from the top of the head, chin in, elbows lift, head lift, deep breath. And relax. You want to strengthen muscles to prevent forward head posture. Lengthen, chin in, elbows lift if that's okay. Head lift if you can keep the length of the neck only. And rest. And once more. And rest. Okay, now back to the strap. So here we're going to do the different angles of the hamstrings. There are 3 hamstring muscles. So the strap is on the right leg. So first have the knee over the hip. Straighten your leg whatever you can do. And if you can't straighten the leg fully, then keep that angle, work towards straightening the knee. If you can get that angle comfortably, then you can pull your leg closer to your chest. But you never overstretch the back of the knee. Okay, now bring the leg toward the right side, keeping your back flat on the floor. Don't let the left hip lift up. Right elbow is on the floor. This will stretch your adductors and the hamstrings. Semimembranosus, that's the one that's more on the inside. Okay, and then middle. And you just bring the legs straight back. Again, please don't overstretch the back of your knee. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Okay, and then take the leg toward the left side. Keep the hips flat on the floor. Don't lift up the right hip here. Left elbow on the floor so you're not straining with your shoulders. Be sure not to twist your lower back. Okay, and switch legs. So left foot, right leg is straight. Knee over hip. Work on straightening the knee. If you can't straighten the knee, just keep your leg at that angle. If you can straighten the knee easily, you can pull the leg a little closer and take the leg toward the left side. Left elbow on the floor. Right hip, don't roll it over. Shoulders are on the floor. Don't lift up that right shoulder too high. Head centered. Okay, and leg center position. And keep the left hip on the floor as you bring the leg across. So we're rotating the femur in your hip joint. You don't want to twist your pelvis and lower back. You want to, the hip joint where your leg attaches into the hip socket is ball and socket joint. That's what we're working on here. That ball should be able to rotate in the socket. Okay, rest. Broomstick. So hamstrings right leg, quads of the left leg. Okay, and switch leg position. So always chin in, lengthening the spine, shoulders down from the ears, lower back with a bit of an arch. Lower back shouldn't be flat here, but left leg should be knee over hip. Okay, broomstick down, arms in the Y position, palms up. And the stability ball rock. So this time we're going to just rock to the left and hold that position, stabilize. And rock to the right and hold and stabilize. Okay, and center. And then arms and legs down. Dead bug position, arms up to the sky, elbows bend, shoulders relaxed, and knees over hips. Right leg a little forward. Why we have this angle with the arms is you notice you're not recruiting, or you should not be recruiting the upper trapezius. Right leg back, left leg a little forward. So it helps you to engage your abs better without using your upper traps. Left leg back, so you shouldn't feel tension at your neck and on your shoulders. Right leg a little forward, but you should feel your abs engaging. Right leg back, left leg a little forward. Okay, rest. Now spine rotation, lying on the right side, left leg forward, right leg back. Left hand reach back toward the right foot. If you can't reach it, that's okay. Right hand on the left knee and balance out the left shoulder back and left knee forward. Okay, unwind and turning onto the left side, right leg around, right hand hold onto the left foot if you can get it. Left hand on the right knee, but be sure here, right shoulder is back. Right knee forward, same heights from the floor. Don't just roll the right knee down. Yeah, that's great. So next we're going to roll out the quadriceps. So you can either sit up and just use a foam roller or rolling pin and like this roll out your quads. Sorry for the lighting. Like the sun is changing, it's cloud, the sun, and I can't figure out the best way to adjust the lighting. Yeah, so we're doing the quad rollout. You can sit up with your rolling pin or roll out the quads with your foam roller. But if you're doing the legs, we'll start with the right leg, both elbows down, and you should be looking straight down into the floor. And as you roll out the quads, you can rotate your leg in different angles, but don't let your belly drop down to the floor. So your lower back should be supported. You have to use your core strength here. And when you get to the top, you get onto the TFL on the outside of the hip, and the hip flexors on the front of the hip. Okay, now we're switching to the left leg. So just on the quads, above the knee. And you can turn the leg in slightly different angles. Keep the chin tucked in. Use your good core support. Okay, and when you get to the top, more on the outside of the hip and the front of the hip. All right, and then one more thing here we need to do before we start loading to prepare, activate the glutes and stabilize the core and for our spinal alignment. So this, the SI joint, the sacroiliac joint and the sacrum, want to keep all of this balanced for our weightlifting. So I'm going to set up here, this is my weightlifting bench, but you can be at a couch or a soft chair. And we're doing a variation of hip lifts or glute bridges. So we start with the right leg up and the left foot on the floor. The arms are just by the sides, palms down, chin tucked in. So your lower back should have a bit of an arch. From the sides of your hips, you engage your glutes. Keep that neutral spine angle as you exhale, lift and hold. And on the way down, keep the control of your abs. Okay, switch, left leg up, the leg is straight, right foot on the floor. Neutral spine, a bit of an arch in the lower back, glutes engaged, brace your abs, and lift and hold. So always here, the top of the hips should be straight across. Notice if you're dropping down on one side, balance yourself out. And lower. Left foot down and right leg up. Keep the right leg straight. Chin in, shoulders relaxed. Squeeze your glutes from the sides. Exhale, lift. Hold, keep the right leg straight. But think of using your buttock muscles. Try not to use your quadriceps. And slowly lower. Okay, and switch. Left leg up, right foot on the floor. Chin in. Brace your abs. Keep the lower ribs in your body as you lift. Glutes and lift. So here your lower ribs should not be sticking up to the sky. And lower. So you have to be careful. Do not allow your back to hyperextend as you lift. So I'm going to try to demonstrate that if you're not sure what I'm referring to. Is when you're lifting, so here with your rib cage and your pelvis, left foot down, right leg is up. So as you lift, there should be no arching here and in your lower back. So when you lift, this is still straight across. The ribs shouldn't go away from you. And just engage the glutes and keep the ribs in your body. And lower. Left leg up, keep the legs straight, right foot down, chin in, glutes, slight arch low back, exhale, lift, Keep the ribs in, hips up, ribs down, chin down, shoulders relaxed, and lower. Okay, so now we're going to get up. So if you could don't just sit up, but roll over onto the left side, come up on the elbow, lift the hips up a bit, and right knee around. Okay, so for today, so we just did our glute activation drill, and we'll be doing our lunges for our lower body strengthening. So here we're going to do our upper body lifting. Your options are you can do overhead pressing standing up, or if you prefer, if you have shoulder issues, or from time to time you can either lie down on the floor and press or standing and press as you like. So again, I'm sorry for this glare. I'm not sure it's the best lighting. Okay. So if you could get a weight, we're doing 5 sets, about 15 reps. We'll go through this a little bit quickly. The point is to get the reps in to help build our muscle tone and bone density. So here you can use a light weight. The protocol here is lighter weight and more reps. And people tend to have less injuries in that respect. So as we're getting older, it's a little more comfortable. So if you want to, you can lie down on the floor and you'll do this chest pressing or standing and overhead press. So first warm-up set, people on the floor, the left leg is straight and right leg is bent. So I'm putting this elastic band around the big toes to help the arches engage. Okay, so left arm. The overhead press group, just don't let the weight drop below the shoulder. Band press. Okay, floor group. Right leg straight, left leg bent. Right arm press. And rest. Okay, floor group, left leg straight. On people on the floor, the elbow at the bottom should be 6 inches from the side. The standing group, the elbow can be in front of the shoulder or a little wider, whatever you prefer, but just be consistent for the entire set. Left arm press. Left arm, people on the floor, left leg is straight. And rest. Right arm. So floor group, elbow about 6 inches to the side when the elbow comes down. Standing group, whatever angle you prefer. You can go neutral or more military grip. Okay, and rest. Okay, so next, the hand, the weight, should be over the elbow joint. The standing group, be sure you don't bend the wrist back like that. Same thing with floor, don't bend the wrist. Floor group, when the weight comes down, don't let it drop toward your chest. Left arm, floor people, left leg is straight. Keep the weight over the elbow. Okay, and rest. Okay, right arm. Weight over the elbow the entire time through the movement. Notice if you're letting the weight drop down toward your chest. Okay, rest. Okay, so this time we're focusing on our breathing. You exhale as you press. Left arm, floor group, left leg is straight. Exhale as you press. Rest. Okay, right arm, people on the floor. Right leg is straight. Left leg bent. Exhale, press. Okay, rest. Okay, last set. This time the upper trapezius here, so as you're lifting the arm, the shoulder should stay down from the ear. Be sure you're not letting yourself lift up. That creates extra tension here, shouldn't be. We want the shoulder blade to wrap under the armpit to reach overhead. The people on the floor, same thing, shoulder down from the ear. People on the floor, keep the shoulder back into the floor as you straighten the arm. Standing group, you just keep shoulder down from the ear and reach up. You do want to reach up high. Left arm, the standing group. Floor group, keep the shoulder back into the floor. Left arm, floor group, left leg is straight. Okay, rest. Left arm, people on the floor. The right arm, people on the floor. Right arm is straight. Everybody chin tucked in, shoulder down from the ear, and exhale, press. And rest. Okay, and now we'll put that weight down. So next we're going through a series of lunges. Lunges are really great. You do have to pay close attention to form. Be sure not to twist your knees. Make sure not to put pressure onto your kneecaps. So to help facilitate that, we're going to just kind of quickly do a couple of stretches for the ankles and the toes to make sure that we get the proper range of motion through our ankle joints so that we don't put pressure into the knees. So I'm going to just move this camera down for a second. So I'll be basically just standing up, okay? You're just standing like this. For the first exercise, you're just standing and leaning forward a little. Second exercise, you need to hold on to something like the wall or a chair. You can use a rolled up towel you'll need, or a toe pro, or a soulmate, half a soulmate. Okay, so first, we're just working on the toes, okay? So the toes should be like this. Oh, the forefoot is down and toes are up. Like that. You don't need to hold on for this. Your toes are lengthened and you just lean forward. Lean forward and hold. So your body is angled forward, not bending at your waist, not bending at the knees, but leaning forward, lengthening and strengthening the toes. So that will help you engage your arch. And when you do lunges or when you're walking, actually, your toes should bend. And most people walk flat-footed, so you don't engage the plantar fascia properly. Okay, rest. So second position, this time you should hold on to the wall and you take whatever you have, like that foam, the soulmate or the toe pro, and this time your feet are up, heels down, and you just lean forward into the wall. So now you're stretching your calf muscles and your Achilles tendon. So feet up, but heels are on the floor. So you should feel a stretch in the calves. Legs are straight. Right, so like this. Like you're leaning forward like that. All right, so now for the lunges. So you'll need one light weight. We're doing sets of 10 and multiple angles. So we get the different angles of rotation through all the joint systems and even out the tension around our knees and our whole body, really. Hoping this will be okay. Okay, so the position of the weight is like this, the elbow tucked into the side and the weight is directly in front of the shoulder. So each set I'll describe the position. We just practiced this, but as you're stepping, we're doing reverse lunges. That means step back. The back heel should be up. The toes are bent. And the front leg, knee over ankle. If you can keep those elements in mind, it will really help to protect your knees and hips and also strengthen them appropriately. So left hand has the weight. Tucked in by the side, chin tucked in, left leg step back. And rest. And I would definitely put the weight down in between to let yourself align better and assimilate the work so you don't carry tension from one set to the next. Okay, so now right hand with the weight. Elbow tucked in, chin in, right leg goes back. And rest. Okay, very important is the glute activation component. Right arm with the weight. Shoulder level, chin in. Brace your abs. Left leg goes back. Engage the right glutes, right leg glutes. And rest. Left hand with the weight. Shoulder level, chin in. Elbow tucked in. Left glutes engage. Keep the knees centered over the ankle. Right leg back. Left glutes. And rest. Right, great. Okay, so now this middle section, if you want to do something other than lunges, first option one is like this. You go side to side with arm swings. Just keep going side to side. If you want to do the lunges, we're doing the same. Left hand, arm, elbow tucked in, shoulder level with the weight, left leg back. And rest. Okay, good. Option one, the elbows in front of shoulders. You go small steps forward and back. So you're not really crossing over, just going side to side, forward and back. Right hand with the weight. Right leg back, left glutes. And rest. Option one is just marching. So you march forward, march backwards. Lunge group, right hand, left leg goes back, right glutes. And rest. Okay, option one is marching, but this time sideways. So like this, marching side and marching back. Lunges, left arm, right leg back, left glutes, keep the left knee centered, don't let it go in. And rest. Okay, so last series of lunges. This is when you, if you want to, you can use a heavier weight. For this series, the weight is low. So first, the weight is like this in front of the hip. Left hand has the weight. Just standing up really tall though, don't lean forward because the weight is down. Okay, right glutes, left leg goes back. Rest. This is how you get your quick cardio, bone density, muscle tone cardio in 10 minutes. Right hand with the weight. The weight is down in front of the hips. Stand really tall, chin back. Left glutes engage, right leg back. Rest. Okay, this time the weight is by the side. Right hand. Standing upright, the arm is just down by the side, chin in. Brace your abs and glutes, stand really tall. Right glutes engage, left leg back. Keep the knee centered, don't let the knee go in. Use the glutes, that's better. And rest. Last set. Left hand with the weight. Okay, standing really upright, chin back, brace your abs. Okay, right leg goes back. Left glutes. And rest. And fantastic. Good for you. And for recovery, just walk around, catch your breath if you're breathing a little heavily, which is obviously what we want to do. Get your better blood flow going. And yeah, thanks for coming. Great to see you. Hope to see you next time. Have a good day.